Hello guys and welcome back to another tutorial by EClip. After some time I needed to make small break from city life and I went to hide a little bit on the mountains and disconnected from all the information that are going on around the world right now because I just couldn't follow everything what's happening. So anyway, doesn't matter. We are back on the new tutorial, and this time because of the new update of Serum that I just saw what's new things in the update. Finally we can do amazing FM synthesis in Serum with few more options. So let's start with it. So we're just gonna insert Serum, and from this point just attack on 0. That's the default saw oscillator. And what we're gonna do, I'm always using the FM from sub because the sub oscillator I don't use much in Serum. So we're gonna turn it off, but the level we're gonna pull down. And from the modulation menu, we're gonna just choose FM from sub. Yeah, that's it for now. And we're gonna connect this LFO1 to the level of oscillator 1. And we're gonna make it to be like just to go down, and we're just gonna put a trigger here. And we're gonna put it of course on 116. The level of FM you can choose by your taste. It doesn't need to be any precise position. It depends from a taste as well as all the rest of the parameters. I'm just gonna show you. The main thing is that you now can modulate those dots in the LFOs, which is really amazing, because what I was trying to do is like, because the ARP section is missing in Serum, so I was always trying to, in ARP session we could modulate like a release of the ARP of the envelope, so that way we could get kind of randomized length of the every note from the ARP. So basically now it sounds like or octave up. So now what you can do is basically you can click here and you can modulate this dot. That means that the position of this dot does not need to be same. Basically what we want to achieve with this is and now we can do it by right clicking, modulate, LFO1 bus. Let's say with Chaos 1, we go to global, Chaos 1, SNH. For those who don't know what SNH is, it's actually sample and hold, but I advise you to check online. It's like the random LFO. As you can see, when we press play, when we press any note, you can see that it's modulate here, but we want to BPM sync it. And we can put it on 116, on 1.8, I think it's even better. And from matrix, we just need to choose how much we want to do that. Alright, and all this we got without even turning the filter on. So now you can customize it with, you can actually tweak it a little bit more with, but we're gonna choose high pass filter or band pass filter, it's up to you. And pull the drive a little bit up. And now we're gonna modulate the cutoff as well, of course. We're gonna go to matrix. We're gonna say Chaos 2 to the filter cutoff. And we again we go to global, we put SNH, mono. Actually we can put mono here as well. And BPM sync, and this time we're gonna choose 1/16. Okay. Never easy to find right position. Yeah, and now when we press it, now what you can do, you can put one more dot here, so we get a little bit more decay on it, and then you can pull down this curve or pull up, but I think it sounds much better if we pull it down. You can tweak it even a little bit more with modulating the FM here. But I prefer to find one spot because it's really hard to find, sometimes it's really hard to find a good FM spot for this oscillator. And you can repeat this process even in the second oscillator, but I prefer always to stay with one. And this is mono, because we have only one voice on the oscillator 1. But if you want to make it stereo, there are a few different ways. You can choose here as unison 2. Now, by default, it's a little bit too wide, but then in global you have here as well, like width from the global menu on the Serum, and we can put 50 or even a little bit less. Now you can complicate that by maybe making another one and turning on the noise, but as well like with a little bit of gating and 1/116. I think the cutoff is a little bit too high, maybe we can pull it a little bit down. As well, from FX you can go to EQ and choose the low pass. You can choose as well a high pass just a little bit because it's a little bit too harsh and a lot of high information. And then if you just put a reverb on top, it's just gonna get the soul and the live feeling inside of it. Maybe a little bit less decay. And play it, and as well you can put a delay on it, just to link it, 1/8 dot, and we can put a little bit to go just in high and mids. Let me just turn off the You can as well modulate this frequency of the highs as well, and you can endlessly continue with this. You can put a third filter, you can put a second filter as well from the FX menu, and we can see how does it sound in bandpass. I like even more. But if we choose bandpass, maybe the first cutoff to go a little bit less. So if we do this, or you can remove this one. So this new option is actually just amazing, and what was actually missing. And I think that Serum, if they build up the ARP section, it would be like for sure the best VST out there. And all this is only one oscillator, and you can further customize it much more if you want so, but I think this one is enough. Also, you can play here. Or put it back on high pass. But I believe that it should have at least one of those, just a little bit, so you have a little bit of decay, so it doesn't start to fade down straight away. Now it's a little bit, yeah. And now if we just make this curve to go a little bit faster, actually just a little bit. And of course you can turn on the filter here, put mix on 50 and choose bandpass. Let's hear how does it sound with the, let me just put the quantizer here and let us hear how does it sound with the kick and bass. With just pressing one note on your keyboard, so I think this was the right time after this update on Serum, and I hope that you like it. Like, comment, and please comment below what would you like to see, because I'm running out of ideas for my tutorials and I would like really to continue with doing those tutorials. So just write below what would you like to see from my tutorials next. Bye, I hope that you like it and enjoyed, and see you next week with another tutorial.